Hi, everybody. It's Mr. Forster again. This is week 10. Well, okay. So week 10 and 11 are going to go back to the normal routine where you just have one chapter to read in the ebook and one chapter in Excel. We'll do that in both 10 and 11. And then what happens in week 12? That's our next exam week. So you should make sure you pay attention. And then also don't forget something I mentioned in the last video, that in the week 12 module in Canvas, there's a video that says hands-on Excel test video. A lot of the answers to how to do something as another way of reinforcing your assessments are found in that video. I had my buddy kind of make these videos up and stuff for the hands-on tests. And a lot of times he was giving a lot of the information of what you were learning the assessments so that when you got ready to take the Excel test, you kind of knew what was coming your way. Anyway, on that note, let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so I went ahead and, these modules in Canvas, they're big, whatever, but I just went ahead and moved them out of the way initially here so I can make the scroll of this recording a lot easier. Okay, and so I'm going to just scroll down here. There we go, week 10. Okay, so week 10, heads and tails. No Saturday sharings, no extra credit this week. Okay, what do you have? This video that you're watching. What do you have here? You have to read the chapter 7. Okay, it's going to be about networks, audio PowerPoint study guide, and the tail side, you have to do the chapter 3 in Excel training and assessment. So with that note, let's get into what's in chapter 7. All right, here we go. Let me refresh my screen. Here are the main topics in chapter 7. So when you talk about computer networks, what are the good and bad things about networks and different types of networks? The transmission media, whether it's wired and wireless, okay? Basic hardware that's involved, okay? Broadband options, okay? And then, how to get access to an internet through wireless or whatever, how a home setup might work, okay? Things like that, and some potential problems. So this chapter is all about the basics of networking, okay? Chapter 12, right? Well, you know what? We'll cover chapter 12 next week in the next video. Chapter 12 is going to be like networking security. Ooh, a little bit of a tease. Okay. Now, if we come back over here, what do we have here? We have the chapter 3 training and assessment. So let me go over here. There we go. Now I'm logged in. I just want to make sure it's sharing. So you go log into my IT lab. You come down here and we're looking for week 10. Here you go. Chapter 3. What's in the chapter 3 training? This is Excel. So let me refresh my screen. There we go. So, hey, charts. Learn how to make a chart, like a pie chart or a bar chart or something like that, okay? So a lot of work with charting. You see that going on here. Some adding data labels to charts. That's its main function for this chapter, data source and how to figure out whether it's line or distributions or whatever, and then how to label the various charts. So in this case, Excel chapter 3 is all about charting, okay? So pretty easy, not a whole lot here. It's one focus, one topic. All right, so let me stop the share. Wow, this was a short one. Okay, so hey, enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget, the assignments are due when? Before Saturday, 9 p.m. On that note, you guys have a great day.